41-year-old Bertel September is one of approximately 8,000 people living on the streets or in shelters in Cape Town. Homeless for the last 18 years, September says he wants to change his life and stop using drugs. He says he has tried numerous times to get into homeless shelters, but that he always finds himself on a waiting list. A difficult situation at best of times. Being homeless during COVID-19 has added additional strain. He says living every day, looking for work and staying away from crime is a challenge.
My
family want to send me to rehab. I use Mandrax and I smoke dagga. I don't use stick, but they are waiting for a mot. They are busy upgrading according to COVID, and I'm on the waiting list there. I want to leave these things because I can see I'm not enjoying it anymore like I used to, but drugs is another story.
The issue of homelessness is one which affects, to varying scales, all municipalities in the country. NPOs and NGOs attending a City of Cape Town gathering to commemorate World Homeless Day say South Africa lacks policy direction to address homelessness on a national level.
Provincial governments across the country, local governments across the country is operating in absolute chaos because there's no policy direction in terms of what to do. And so part of the engagements, of course, was to hear from the NGOs, to hear about the models that they are employing. But what was very, very evident was that each one of these stakeholders, they were doing their own thing because there's no direction. They were not coordinating, they were not cooperating because there's no goal in place.
The city, meanwhile, says it's in the process of revisiting its street people policy into a strategy following a stakeholder engagement 2 months ago. The aim to provide for the needs of homeless people and reduce their numbers. The city says an additional 3 safe spaces have been opened up during the COVID-19 pandemic, which connects homeless people to services and employment opportunities.
We may see well beyond 8,000 homeless people on our streets, and this is so very important, again, exacerbated by COVID-19, which identified and really illuminated for us the gaps that exist in terms of the care that homeless people receive in our city, and also their access to any type of shelter, whether it's the general shelter environment or specific shelter communities that cater for our LGBTI community, our GBV community, mothers with children community.
There are just over 20 shelters in Cape Town, and the city says it's engaging property owners wishing to sell their premises so they can be converted into shelters for the homeless. Vanessa Puna, SABC News, Cape Town.